Welcome to Epic Birds. This episode we're looking at backyard birds in Palmwoods, a small town on the Queensland Sunshine Coast. I think you'll be as surprised as I was at the variety of species on show in these suburban streets. We're starting off with some colour. Blue-faced honeyeaters are noisy and conspicuous in backyards here. This pair has constructed a nest in the valley of a palm frond. The parents bring their two young, a constant stream of insects. These baby honeyeaters successfully fledged the nest only a week after I left. Nearby, a fruiting palm tree in a Palmwoods front yard is a constant buffet for fruit-eating birds. Early in the morning, top-knot pigeons descend to feed. Usually, these large pigeons feed so high in the canopy of the rainforest that they are impossible to photograph. But here, they are mere meters away. Hanging upside down, they flap their wings and clumsily propel themselves towards the ripe fruit. It's not exactly graceful, but it works. The top-knot pigeons are not alone here. Figbirds also scour the palms for fruit. Figbirds are found in eastern and northern Australia, as well as New Guinea and Indonesia. Flowering eucalyptus trees tower over the streets nearby. The abundant nectar on offer has attracted rainbow lorikeets, which scurry through the foliage. This is the most brightly coloured of the 6 Australian lorikeets. They are found across the north and east of the country. They are joined by noisy firebirds, large and pugnacious honeyeaters that feed on insects and nectar across eastern Australia. This species is easily identified by its entirely bald head. Another honeyeater, the little wattlebird, also visits the eucalypts and other flowering trees in the area, but they are often driven away by the firebirds and lorikeets. Further along the street, scaly-breasted lorikeets feed quietly on nectar-laden flowers. It's not only birds that live in the forest canopy. Green tree snakes also reside in backyard gardens here. Despite being over a metre in length, this tree snake remained exceptionally well camouflaged as it slithered deftly through the leaves. Another rainforest pigeon species, the white-headed pigeon, is common in gardens here. They were once threatened by overhunting and land clearing, but thankfully their population has recovered in recent decades and they can now be found in small flocks across eastern Australian rainforests and in nearby suburban gardens. Beside the footpath, a baby brush turkey forages for food. Brush turkeys belong to the megapodes, a family of birds that scratch leaf litter into immense mounds in which they lay their eggs. The composting leaf matter generates enough heat to incubate the eggs, and when they eventually hatch, the babies must dig themselves out and fend for themselves. With a vivid red eye, glossy black plumage and outward curving fishtail, the spangled drongo makes a distinctive visual impression. This is one of 30 drongo species distributed across Asia and Africa, but the only representative found in Australia. Spangled drongos are common across eastern and northern Australia. Walking through the streets, I encounter small patches of forest bordering a creek that passes through town. Here there are emerald doves and green catbirds. The name catbird is derived from their bizarre call, which resembles a meowing cat. Nearby, peeling bark provides the perfect nesting material for a restless flycatcher. The delicate cup nest is positioned in the canopy of a roadside tree. Restless flycatchers are a conspicuous and highly active insectivore, often pursuing small insects on the wing. Apart from the green tree snakes that we saw earlier, a plethora of other reptiles also frequent backyards here. Perhaps the most conspicuous are the eastern water dragons, which grow to over half a metre in length. On the smaller end of the spectrum are skinks, which are abundant in suburban gardens. But they must be wary. Kookaburras are common here and will be more than happy to feed on a large skink or small snake. These iconic Australian birds wait patiently and motionless for prey to move on the ground below, before diving down to catch the unlucky victim in their powerful bill. It's October, and common corals, large parasitic cuckoos, have arrived from Southeast Asia to breed. This bird is a male, and is responsible for the loud, early morning coral call that will be familiar to many viewers from the east coast and the north of Australia. A brown honeyeater bathes in a backyard bird bath. These small and highly active birds pursue insects on flight and also take nectar from flowers. They are common across much of mainland Australia. Welcome swallows are present in large numbers around palmwoods, pursuing insects on the wing, or in this case, resting on a guardrail. Although they are often overlooked due to their ubiquitous nature, up close they are a delicate and beautiful bird. It's not an exhaustive list, but the birds I've shown today are a great example of backyard birds in southeast Queensland. How many can you see? If you enjoyed this video, then please subscribe so that you can keep up to date with all the latest content from Epic Birds. I'll see you next time.